All right, so just follow along. I just want to check and make sure that your screen looks like my screen, that your project is progressing the way it should. So the first thing that we want to check is that our tasks and everything are entered correctly. So I'm going to go into my sample project here. So here we have, it should say your last name and then whatever your final project is. So make sure that's listed correctly. You're looking and logged into your project correctly. You may still turn that in. And then you should have, you know, 4 or 5 deliverables. John, you getting all this? So you should have 4 or 5 deliverables. Deliverables, basically, in the purpose of our final projects, are going to be phases. So we start off with our project kickoff, where we're creating our project, doing our planning. From there, we went into, typically, it's going to be your design work. So if you're creating something in CAD, you're going to actually be drawing it. That is going to take 2-3 weeks to do. So you're going to have subtasks in all of that. So say you're creating a castle, you're going to start off with creating the castle walls. That's going to probably take you a couple days. So you'll have it into subtasks. You'll say first create the walls, then, you know, import some textures, so on and so forth. So I want to see, you know, 4 or 5 different deliverables, and then there should be tasks associated with every deliverable. The last week before finals is going to be dedicated to creating your presentation, and then all of you will be presenting on your final exam in front of the whole class. So we expect to have a whole presentation there. Yep. We'll get more into that later.
How is it going to be graded?
That would be a full rubric. Don't worry about that.
Can I just do a short one?
No, it'll be pretty lengthy, but don't worry about that. We'll work on it together.
I don't know what to say.
So then, clicking on your Gantt chart, do I need to? I'm thrilled that you guys are getting into music.
One Direction.
So when I click on my Gantt chart, I like to hit the day view, and the day view is going to go through. And so I want to see a Gantt chart that looks something like this. So I've got everything kind of stacked on everything that's going to be done, what and when. I have little arrows here because I have things that are dependent on each other, but you don't need those unless you want them. And so I've got every day, every school period from now till the end of school figured out. And you should have, you know, a couple weeks worth of work already done.
Like if you don't get that, can you just do the project without doing that?
No, you're not necessarily graded on your project. You're only graded on your ability to create and follow your plan. Okay, now now you've got this done and you're ready to actually do the work. So let's say right now I'm working on this task, which is entering in all my tasks. So every single class period, or when you're at home and you're working on your final project, this is the first thing you need to do is log in and you say, I'm on it. You click on this button right here. So this is the equivalent of when you go to work, first thing you do is what, Juan Pablo?
She's on it.
You clock in, right. What happens if you don't clock in? You don't get paid, yeah. So in this class, your paycheck is your grade. If you don't log your time, I don't know you did the work, so you're not going to get a good grade. You're not going to get the credit. Yep. Okay, we'll work on that in a moment. So you'll know that you've done it correctly when you have this little clock here. So this means that I'm clock in. The system is currently recording the time that I am working. And we'll say I'll get CAD opening in the background here. So I'm working on my tasks. Now I've got all my tasks pretty much all entered in. And I'm ready to complete my project. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of the work that I've done. So what I want to do is I want to be able to look at all of your tasks and see progress every single day on what you've done. So what I'm going to do here, which in this case My assignment was just to enter in tasks. What I'm going to do is take a quick screenshot, and I'll show you how to do that. On your keyboard, you'll notice a button that says Print Screen. In my case, it's in the above my numerical pad. So if you hit that button, the Print Screen button, that takes what we call a screenshot, so it's captured what I'm looking at. Now, let's say it's the end of the period. I'm now done with my task, so I'm going to close that out. So I'm going to click on It's Done. And even if you're not done, you still click It's Done. And let's say I'm only 50% done, so I'm going to change this to 50%. And then status here, this is important, I'm going to say in progress. So this is only if I thought I'd finish today, but I didn't finish today. I'll do the rest tonight or tomorrow. So I have in progress, 50% done. And I still want to log what I've done. So you'll notice down here, I have two options. I can either hit Choose File, and this will upload a file, so I can upload a picture. Maybe I did a rendering or something. Upload that. Or you'll notice underneath here, there's this button here that says Add Picture from Clipboard. So the easiest thing to do is to click on that button. And then here, I'm going to hit Control V. I'm on a Mac, so it's not working, but that screenshot that you took would show up right here.
Or you press Command-Shift-4.
Well, but that's going to put it on my Mac desktop, and I'm remotely logged in there. No image found on clipboard. So it'll work for you guys, though. You just hit that print screen button, hit Add Picture from Clipboard, and paste it there. And that way I'll be able to log what you've done. And then you'll hit Save. Now, if all of you can check this right now, this will give you an idea of how your grade will end up at the end of this week. But you click on this Spent Time button. And you should have time listed here. So I see here's a half hour that I spent on May 1st. And then here was the time that I just logged right now, 0.03 on May 5th. So by you clicking that button, you should see a lot of stuff listed there. If you have nothing listed there, you need to seriously start getting to work because you're way behind. Okay, so every single day when you're working at home, a lot of you have missed a lot of class, so you have a lot of catch-up work to do. So in class or at home, this is the stuff that you need to log. Again, I cannot stress this enough. This is 30% of your grade. Do not count on, if you got an A third quarter, don't think that you're automatically going to get one this quarter because, like I say, 30% of your semester grade. So an A can turn into a D just by not doing this project correctly. Okay, are these general questions or personal individual questions?
It's both.
Okay, start with the ones that apply to the whole class.
What if your computer doesn't save any?
Yeah.
That's an individual question I'll take. Same with you, John?
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't save?
This one?
Yeah. It didn't
Okay, any other questions? Very good.
save. ¿Se borró tuyo?
Yep.
Todos también.
You press anything like Alt or something? 'Cause